Okay, guys, this is going to be my review for the movie The Star is Born, the 2018 version. I really liked it. I really thought it was, a very well made movie. And I think this shows that a couple of things. Number one, actors. I think actor turned directors have seemed in the past couple of years to have a lot of success, and I think when you think about it, it makes sense. These actors on sets, they spend so much time with these great directors. So you take a guy like Bradley Cooper, who's this movie came out a couple of years ago, and he's been acting for years and years and years. So he's had experience with the best directors, and so he knows he gets everything he soaked in over the years of him watching these movies and being in these movies by these great directors. Clearly he started to figure out a thing or two because the movie was greatly directed. I think the romance was I think fascinating. I think this idea of like the struggle between fame and truly again it's called The Star is Born. So seeing the rise of stardom while it's interesting to see this story is a tale of different components of like you see part of it is seeing this girl rise to fame, but also part of it is as she's rising to fame, her struggle to keep their romance and relationship afloat, and their tests and different stuff that goes on that tests their relationship. And it's very interesting because I think these actors, stuff like that, these characters, they're just so fascinating. And it's funny because you hear the music from this movie all the time on like the radio and stuff, but actually watching the movie, it's interesting because like it almost feels like deja vu in the sense where it's like I'm just listening to the same songs I hear all the time on radio. It's popular music and stuff, but this time hearing it in the context of the movie, it was fascinating. And those the music was great. Again, I said it was great director, great performances, and especially from you know, I just think it was very interesting because like honestly, you wouldn't think. I think this movie was definitely crazy that it turned out as good as it is because you're not talking about you know a movie that had a big budget. You're not talking about a movie that 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 had a great like a known director. You had a known actor and obviously the lead actresses crazy popular but it never had that big pop from a filmmaking standpoint. And yet, despite every all these odds of you know taking a someone who's very popular in music, and because that's the thing, these two mediums of music and films, they don't always translate. They're two different things. Music and film are two different things. But in terms of how she transferred over from music to movies, it was very interesting. Where it was like you could really buy this girl Hallie, and I think it was very fascinating to see the relationship grow and change. And I think that was just interesting. And toward the end when you see like, oh my god, he's dead, that was crazy. And then I just think it was such great interesting and fascinating to see the relationship grow and change. And very well written, directed, and the music great, and the performances were great, and I think deserved the and honestly, I think that it won the Oscars or Oscar that it deserved to win. Obviously, in the music, I think like yeah, sure, Bradley Cooper won the nomination, but we have no way to tell if he deserved to lose or deserved to win because I haven't seen Green Book and I haven't seen yeah, was it against Green? Yeah, I think it was against Green Book. I've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, I've seen Black Panther, I've seen obviously now this movie, but there's other movies that got nominated that I haven't seen then, which we would still never know, which if they deserve for any of these other awards. So we'll see. But anyways, stay tuned for more videos coming right at you.